2, 3.
Come and listen to a story about a man named Ed, a simple country preacher who liked gravy with his bread. And then one day he was serving as a dean, and up came an offer for a change of scene. Rector, that is, All Saints, Pasadena. Well, the first thing you know, old Ed accepts the dare. Kinfolks said, Ed, move away from there. Said, California is a place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Rose City. Parades, museums, jacaranda trees. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Grits and Grace Roasted. Tonight, we celebrate our beloved rector of 21 years, Ed Bacon. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Ed and all his kin. We sure would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. We're gonna tell some stories now about our time with Ed, to have a heaping helping of the ministries he's led. Ed Bacon, Rector at All Saints, 21 years. Y'all sit back now here.
You got that? Good evening. Good evening. Thanks, that was the show. Welcome to the All Saints Grits and Grace Rector Roast.
This is a very special evening in which we celebrate 21 years together with Ed and Hope Bacon.
And in which we continue what has become now the longest goodbye on the face of the planet. I'm really amazed that so many of you had nothing better to do tonight. And Ed, we thank you for giving us so much great material for this evening. We offer this evening to you in hope with deep and playful love.
Ed could always make a grand entrance, and tonight we hope to cement a strong exit.
That's right. Thank you, ladies. And we are aware that even after 21 years together, there are still things we don't know about each other. For starters, how did Ed come up with sermon after inspired sermon, Sunday after Sunday after Sunday? Well, in this brief video presentation, we go into the mind, the inner workings of Ed Bacon to answer the question, how does he do it?
Meditate on sermon. Meditate on sermon. Meditate on sermon.
And then that professional laugher, Dalai Lama, leaned over and patted my belly and said, "No candy for you." And we laughed and laughed and laughed.
No. We did that just 2 weeks ago. We need at least another week before we do it again. Does anybody else have anything?
I take 100% responsibility for not having done a damn thing to prepare for today. You the new rider?
Yes, I'm number 6. Who are
Number
you?
4.
Oh,
Number 4.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
We've already checked in. Let's just keep going here.
Well, how about sprinkling in a little Dr. King? That's always a crowd pleaser.
4 straight weeks of Dr. King. I think the arc of the universe needs to bend toward Richard Rohr.
Oh, that sounds right. They'll be hungry for Roar again about now.
I think we should go to Tutu's thing about God loves all.
Well, James Carroll's take on Pope Francis or Constantine. That would be great.
You know, we haven't used my brain science teacher for a while, and I'm kind of craving some science or logic.
How about video or music?
Hey, that's a great idea. What about, a little Aretha or Marvin Gaye?
Marvin Gaye is a gift from God.
What? Oh, I get it. Gay's a gift. Wait. What if we repurpose that?
Yes.
Flip that.
Yes.
And take it with Marvin Gaye is.
But it's time for Oprah, now more than ever.
Oh, it's also time to flip a coin.
Okay, heads it's Marvin,
All right.
tails it's Aretha.
No.
Well, let's go back to basics. What are the scriptures saying for this Sunday?
That doesn't matter. You're new. It's okay.
Why don't we throw in the Battleship Lighthouse Fog story? We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, and for good reason.
You'd better move.
Well, you better move.
I'm a battleship.
Well, I'm a lighthouse.
That always makes me laugh.
You've been into the communion wine again, haven't you?
Oh, just a little. Did you notice some was gone?
Yeah, I did. You need to stop going to your reptilian brain, honey. Focus!
Aren't you Dietrich Bonhoeffer?
Yes, so you do know me.
Well, sure we do.
Well, then how come Ed never uses my quotes in his sermons? He quotes everybody else.
Nothing personal, Herr Bonhoeffer, I assure you. But out of all of the books in Ed's library, yours
Is it my accent?
accent. You have no accent. Ed dreams in standard English.
Kind of southern.
Southern.
Listen to this. Christian love draws no distinction between one enemy and another, except that the more bitter our enemy's hatred, the greater his need of love. See? Silence in the face of evil is itself evil. God will not hold us guiltless. Not to speak is to speak. Not to act is to act. Right?
These are really great quotes.
You know, I have a book that I wrote. It's called The Cost of Discipleship. You could sell it in your rector's forum.
You see why he's here? Listen, Dee. You mind if I call you Dee? I'll call you Dee. You're not really in our template.
Ach du meine Güte.
That was weird. Ed must have had some brats or something last night.
What about that phrase that you guys say all the time here? Whoever you are and wherever you are in your journey of faith, you can empty the contents of your purses and wallets into those dishes that are coming through, because we got to keep the lights on in this great adventure that we call All Saints.
See, that comes later in the second sermon, aka the greetings. It's okay though, it's a good try. You're new, it's your first day, you'll get better. I hope. Oh God, here it comes.
Rapid eye movement.
Duck and cover! Duck and cover!
Easterified, liturgified, glory attack, beloved.
Radicalizing, siloizing, best ever, all y'all. Sublimify, hashtagify, I'm a Bapto Buddha barrier. Rabbi Heschel.
What?
There will be nobody left to speak up for us if we don't hurry this along.
She's right.
I guess.
Thank God it's not his first sermon.
George Regas was from the South. Since I'd worked with him for 18 years and lived, I figured I could deal with another guy from the South, at least for a while. Ed was so excited to be here. He wisely wanted to make it clear that he was on board with everything about All Saints Church. And his first sermon in this very pulpit covered every possible base. He was against war, torture, gun violence, the death penalty, unequal treatment of minorities, and unattractive architecture. He was for gay, lesbian, and transgender individuals. He was for women. He was for women in the priesthood. He was for a woman's right to choose. He was for teenagers, for children, for babies. He was for interfaith work. He was for men, for gentlemen bachelor farmers, and for all natives of Scandinavia. He was for high-quality chocolate with nuts, and for excellent wine and elegant hors d'oeuvres, as well as for a bride's right to choose a 24-piece place setting of sterling silver flatware and bone china with a gold edge, even if none of it could be put into the dishwasher. The list and the sermon went on and on and on. When he was finally finished, he sat down next to me in the chancel. I leaned over and said, "Didn't you want to save something for next week?"
We need inspiration. Get out the Ouija board.
Let's do it one more time, guys.
We can do it, si se puede. We can do it, si se puede.
We can do it, si se puede.
We can do it, si se puede. We can do it, si se puede.
Whoa. Whew.
I get piffed and I got nothing.
Oh.
I want to epiff what she's epiffing.
Wow.
No.
Let's write this thing.
Where's that Atlantic Monthly? I know. It's on the table. It's
Ready to polish. And bigger.
Yes.
My brothers and sisters.
Turn the human race into the human family. Or.
That's good.
Done. Okay. Okay. Just to recap, make sure I got it all.
Okay.
Huh? Got it right. You know, y'all, to be religious in the 21st century is to be interreligious.
Maybe we should start over.
My new interfaith best friend Pando is going to turn the human race into the human family, my brothers and sisters, because being gay is a gift from God. And as Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel reminds me, grace is like grits. You don't have to ask for them, my friends. They just come. Ha 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 ha! And he does his laugh.
Oh dear.
Right, okay. Desmond once told me a story about my brilliant predecessor, George Regas, talking to my mentor, Ed Friedman, who always said Dr. King has this thing about the arc of the universe bending toward IRS agents who are welcome in our pews, but they are not welcome in our pulpit. RESPECT for the brain that's me and we, Aretha. Amen.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Does that sum it up?
That's it. I think he'll be well pleased. Great job, team. Good work.
Holy Spirit at work.
Get up, get up, get up! Wake up, wake up, wake up! Get up, get up, get up! Wake up, wake up, wake up! Get up, get up, get up!
Welcome to Whose Line Was That Anyway, the game show where contestants correctly assign famously overused and often miscredited quotes by the Reverend Ed Bacon. And whose words did you like to use the most? Well, his balcony people, of course. Please welcome the prof, Professor Cornell West. She likes her companion strong and hairy, Miss Jane Goodall. The thinking person's favorite Greek American, the Huff, Ms. Ariana Huffington.
Just don't talk about my hair. It is having a bad day.
I think we can all see that. Thank you. And finally, please welcome Tenzin Gyatso, none other than His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Thank you, Your Holiness. Let's get right to it. All right, our first quote comes from when All Saints was under investigation by the IRS in the sermon titled, WTF, What the Financial? The IRS in our pews, and here's the quote. Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. Contestants?
Is the person saying we should ignore the behavior of others?
Oh, that's not what it means. No.
I found if you want peace, then you groom each other's while picking nits out of each other's hair.
Even I don't know what to say to that.
No. No nits on this playground. No.
Panel, please. Who said it?
I did. It was me. Hello, Dolly.
It was. Thank you, Your Holiness. All right, here's a quote from September 11th, 2012, on the release date for his book, The 8 Habits of Love, sermon titled, God is my co-author. And the quote, surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher. Contestants?
Oh, also good advice for undergarments.
Undergarments? Undergarments? I don't wear undergarments.
What a coincidence.
Can I get an amen?
Welcome to Commando Night. This is interesting. Okay, again, people, please, who said it?
I think it was Oprah.
That's right, Miss Huffington. It was Oprah. Apparently, to be on Oprah, Ed had to agree to start quoting her.
Is she here?
Oh, no.
I've always wanted to meet her.
I'm sorry, Your Holiness, she couldn't make it.
Then why are we quoting her?
That's a good question. All right, this next quote comes from Ed's March 4th, 2003 sermon titled, Jesus' body language and righteous rage. Would Jesus give the finger? And here it is. If your success is defined as being well adjusted to injustice and well adapted to indifference, then we don't want successful leaders. Just a second. We want great leaders who love the people enough and respect the people enough. Still, not yet.
Oh, still.
To be unbought, unbound, unafraid, and unintimidated to tell the truth. Your Holiness?
I got nothing.
You got nothing.
And unafraid to condense your thoughts into sound bites. Small sound bites.
Well, all of mine can fit on a bumper sticker.
Disagreement is something normal. Bumper stickers.
That's great.
Cornell, that quote was so you. You talk like you have a classroom who are locked in a bunker and they can't leave. You need to tighten it up.
I'll tighten you up.
Easy, easy. Arguments make me laugh.
Whoa, people, house of love, people. House of love. All right. As you've noted, that quote was from Professor West. Thank you, Cornell. And now from Ed's Mother's Day sermon in May of 2011 titled, Arrows Backwards Spells Sore When Love Hurts. We have this quote. I think while all mothers deal with feelings of guilt, working mothers are plagued by guilt on steroids. Contestants?
Yeah, wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
All right. How about this one? From the same sermon, there's nothing like becoming a mom to fill you with fear.
I got nothing.
All right. Still drawing a blank? How about this? Same sermon. Trying to be supermom is as futile as trying to be perfect mom. Not going to happen.
Now, I'm not a mother, but it sounds like someone has parenting issues.
I was speaking for all mothers, and if you had had children as you should have, you would understand.
Ladies, please.
Have you ever tried picking nits out of your children's hair? It's very bonding.
It's tremendously nitpicking.
I like to knit.
Oh, it looks like we're all nitwits here.
Well done, Your Holiness. Well done. No argument there. These quotes belong to Ms. Huffington. Thank you, Mrs. Huffington. All right. Moving on. From November 23rd, 2014, in Ed's sermon, Even the House of Fear Can Have Curb Appeal, he quoted these. The greatest danger to our future is apathy. Contestants?
Now that's pretty good.
Come on, we've all had a version of that, haven't we not?
All right. Okay, how about this? Be joyful even after you have considered the facts.
I like that one. That's funny. That's funny.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
Thank you, Your Holiness. All right, one more. The least I can do is speak out for those who cannot speak for themselves.
Wait, these all sound like me.
They do, don't they? And they belong to Ms. Goodall. Thank you, Ms. Goodall.
See, Cornell, short and sweet. That's how you do it.
Yes. I'm short and sweet. Everybody loves me.
How about this?
All right, Cornell.
You can't lead the people if you don't love the people.
Do-da, do-da.
You can't save the people if you don't serve the people.
All the do-da day.
Panel, please.
You can't lead if you don't love do-da, do-da.
I can see why Reverend Bacon kept you in the balcony.
All do-da day. Gonna love all night.
All right. You know, that's our show for today. If you join us tomorrow when we try to find quotes by Donald Trump when he speaks with more than one syllable and without profanity. Thanks for tuning in.
everyone, please welcome the source of Ed's hair envy, Ed's friend and ours, Bob Long.
Well, this is a hard act to follow for sure, but at least I don't have to follow Gloria this time, which is... I'm really not much of a roaster. I think I'm better at marinating and basting. And it's clear to me that I've got a lot to work with here. The marinade that is flowing in pools of love in this room for our great friend Ed Bacon. And there's so many reasons why we all love Ed, and I could recount them endlessly here. But one of them is in evidence tonight that we celebrate, and it's Ed's sense of joyfulness, his playfulness, his ability to make all of us laugh as we confront serious matters in our lives. And that joyfulness gets manifest in a whole variety of ways. You can hear it while he's singing coming down the aisle. You can feel it as he lights up a room. And you see it when he has one of those glory attacks, which is defined for you in the program notes. And occasionally those glory attacks take the form of, he sort of channels his inner Michael Jackson or something and starts doing something of a dance. Have you seen that? And by the way, he's no better at that than I just indicated. But I first saw this in evidence way back when my spouse Susan was a member of the vestry, and I accompanied her to a vestry retreat down in San Pedro. And at the evening of the first day of the retreat, the staff and the vestry all went out together at what was then a wonderful, wonderful restaurant called Papadakis Taverna, a Greek restaurant. Probably some of you have been there. Great food, great beverage, a lot of fun, warm room, a lot of excitement. It was just a perfect place to have a party. And it also accompanied by Greek music with dancers dancing by the waiters. Well, on this particular night, after the dinner, the music began reverberating in the room, and glory attack was beginning to come. And Ed was up, marching around, and suddenly the door opens, and in comes a belly dancer. Now, the belly dancer was doing her thing, which I can't even begin to imitate, moving across the room, paying attention to what she was doing, Ed all the time moving in her direction, till finally, she looked up and exclaimed, "Oh my God, he's my priest!" Ed, in our hearts, you will always be our priest. And we all hope that you continue to dance all the way through Pasadena, all the way to Birmingham, and all the rest of your days. We love you.
Thank you, Bob. Ed and Hope, you know that we will miss you terribly when you finally leave. Kind of see those calendar pages just flipping by every time we see you. And Ed, even though you are a native son of the South, you have been gone for a while, and you may need a brief refresher course on some of the differences between Southern California and the Southern U.S., specifically Alabama. Let's start with driving, just getting around, which will be a very different experience when than what you're used to. As for knowing where you're going, Southerners only use landmarks and tend to ramble on when giving directions. Let's say you're in East Birmingham in Hueytown, and you and Hope want a pecan log from the Stuckies over in Irondale. What you might likely hear is, well, you need to go down Jeff Davis Highway and turn left at where the Chevron station used to be. I think it's an Amoco now, or maybe it's a BP. It's probably, I don't know, but you need to turn right. Wait, I said left. It doesn't matter. You just turn there, and you keep going until you see the big fish. Now, the fish used to be on the other side of town. Now, at this point, you may just want to order the pecan log online, because it's going to get a lot faster. When did you guys get here? At this point in the evening, we'd like to remember and appreciate how much Ed loved and the importance he placed on the children, youth, and families and the life and ministry of All Saints. Please welcome the youth and their original composition, which they have done for Ed for tonight.
Bacon's getting old. His favorite breakfast pairing is an egg or his head, whichever tends to be more shiny and white. 21 long years he's sat on a top shelf, but our pantry is kicking him out tonight. Yeah, he's finally finished cooking, and I think we can agree you should hurry up and meet him before he goes moldy. He's closer to the end than he's ever lies I've told. Old, the bacon's getting old.
And now from one of All Saints' older youth, a poetic recitation.
My name is Edith Ann, and I'm 5 and some more. This chair is just so small now. I must be getting much bigger. My mama says I'm growing. Well, I've come to read a poem that Mary Oliver has written because Ed Bacon likes Mary Oliver, and Ed Bacon is my best friend. The summer day. Who made the world? I think God did. Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? Mama says it's a cocktail. This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand. My hand has sugar? Who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down? Who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes? Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Mama washes my face. I do not like it. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. Ed could tell me that. I do know how to pay attention. Sometimes. How to fall into the grass, how to kneel down into the grass. Oh, I love to roll in the grass. I love to roll in the grass until I get dizzy. And my dog Buster comes and rolls with me. Oh, I love Buster. And Hope met Buster one time and liked him. Yep. How to be idle and blessed. How to stroll through the fields, which is what I've been doing all day. Well, except for reading this book. Tell me, what else should I have done? My mama tells me what to do all the time. Doesn't everyone retire? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? I'm going to go have a sandwich.
Thank you, Edith Ann. And thank you to our youth. Really amazing, amazing. We would now like you to see a video we discovered, which was recorded back in 1996, shortly after Ed and Hope arrived at All Saints. It shows a real tenderness between them and just how much strength and knowledge they draw from each other, at least that Ed draws from Hope.
Hobby, can I borrow you for a minute? In about 20 years, I'm going to have a lot less hair and probably be a little heavier. But Oprah's going to ask me to write a book, and I've got an idea for her.
Okay, that sounds nice. So tell me about it.
Okay. I'm thinking of calling it The 31 Habits of Love.
31.
Right. One for every day of the month.
Like Baskin Robbins. Ooh, that's
Baskin
ambitious.
Robbins.
So what are they?
Okay. All right, the big ones.
Yeah.
All right. Socially conscious investing, gun violence prevention, deconstructing racism, stopping war, reversing climate change. It's not a thing yet, but it's going to be. Okay, bringing economic justice, LGBTQ.
Whoa. Hold on there, cowboy. Wow. That's impressive.
Right?
Yeah, you have 31 of those.
Yeah.
Maybe you ought to think about starting smaller.
Smaller.
More intimate.
Intimate.
Like saving puppies.
Saving puppies. It's not going to be a thing with you, is it? Hope not.
All right. Okay, Eddie. Forgive me.
Oh, you don't.
But in all candor, I've got to tell you the truth.
This is great. It's great.
I mean, talking about love and the habits of love, and love is playful. It's
Yes.
and it's quiet.
This is great. Playfulness, stillness. That's I think I've got it, Hoppy. Okay. You inspire me. Listen to this. Okay. Forgiveness.
Yes.
Candor.
Yes.
Truth. Playfulness. Stillness.
Okay, that's 5, and that's a good start.
1, 2, 3,
But you
4,
need something compassionate, something that's generous.
Compassion, generosity. These are great. Keep them coming, baby. I'm giving you credit.
Just me?
Practically everyone in the parish, but I'm hanging on your every word.
All right. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so we need something about family and friends and church and
Community. Community. You were going to say it, and I beat you. It's all about community. It's all about community. That's it. The 8th habit. It's a perfect number, Hoppy. Okay, what do you think of? Okay.
All right.
Stillness. Playfulness. Truth. Forgiveness. Candor. Compassion. Generosity. And rounding it all off with community as the 8th habit.
It's a great idea, Eddie. I wish I'd thought of it.
Well, you're my favorite habit, Hoppy.
It had to be
saving puppies.
It had to be you. I'm 5'10", a man among men. You're 17.
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home, I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing. Wind that makes the tall trees bend into leaning. Suddenly the raindrops that fall have a meaning, sprinkling the scene makes it all clean. Maybe there's a chance I can go back now that I have some direction. It would sure be nice to be back at home where there's love and affection. And just maybe I can convince time to slow up, giving me enough time in my life my friend, let me start again.
Suddenly my world's gone and changed its face, but I still know where I'm going. I have had my mind spun around in space, and yet I've watched it growing.
Oh, if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe the things that we see. Tell me, should we run away? Should we try and stay? Or would it be better just to let things be?
Living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy, but it's taught me to love, so it's real to me. And I've learned that we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love like home.
If you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe the things that we see.
Tell us, should we run away? Should we try and stay? Or would it be better just to let things be? Living here in this brand new world, might it be a fantasy? But it's taught me to love, so it's real to me. And I've learned that we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love like yours and mine, like ours.
Hate to break it to you, Ed, but Elizabeth and Zenaida are staying here. Can I take them with you? Well, I gotta tell you, I would love to see you pull into Birmingham with Hope and your other two wives here. Woohoo! Big love, baby. Next up, one of our parish's favorite people, Gloria Pitzer, is gonna. Not smoking what you're smoking, Ann, but I'm. What do you do? Hey, Gloria, what are you doing?
It's my panda hat.
I can see that.
And talks about it all the time. Panda, panda, panda.
No.
Sermon on it.
No.
And he talks about it.
Yeah, no. Pando, not panda. Pando, not panda. I'm sorry.
What's pando?
It's a group of trees, a bunch of aspens. They look like individual things, but they're really part of a, one whole body tied together like humans. We look like individuals, but we're really all connected. Really? Pando.
Really?
Ed? Yeah? Really?
That's it?
That's it.
I think pandas are a lot cuter than trees.
I give you that. I give you that.
And I guess pandas love trees.
Pandas do love trees.
So I had envisioned dancing pandas across the stage, but let's do pandas and trees.
Pandas and trees. Can I have, you got an extra hat there for me?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay.
You're the only one who understands me.
I really believe that. Okay. Gloria, you want to take us off, please? I'll tend to Anne.
So this is what it feels like to be a preacher. Brothers and sisters, I feel a Gloria attack coming on. Can I hear an amen? This program has been so precisely scripted and choreographed that I was obviously told when I was to enter, where I was to stand, and exactly what I'm supposed to say. I was given a script. I've never been one to follow directions well. I had the distinct privilege of being one of Ed's wardens in 1995 when he arrived at All Saints, and for several times more over his 21-year ministry. So I've had an opportunity to observe some of the more subtle influences Ed has had during his tenure here, and I will just touch on a couple of those. We're all familiar with the influences and impact Ed has had on this congregation through his public persona and prophetic leadership, taking stands against the war, working tirelessly on interfaith collaborations, standing up to the IRS, advocating for marriage equality, and challenging us to grapple with the ongoing issues of racism and economic injustice. All Saints has also had a bit of an impact on Ed Bacon in molding his beliefs over the years. In his brilliant sermon last Sunday, Ed said that one thing has become clear to him, that he believes fewer things than when he was ordained. In my business doing elder law, we call that memory loss. Ed has also been very modest and unassuming regarding his personal accomplishments. For example, if you hadn't been here tonight, you probably would have forgotten that he wrote a book. Or appeared on Oprah. Or met privately with the Dalai Lama. Ed has had an impact on our use of language at All Saints. There have been scientific studies over the years which have analyzed the phenomenon of twins who develop their own unique language to communicate with each other. Ed did not need a twin to create his own language to communicate to the All Saints congregation. I call it Edish. And there is an Edish English glossary attached to tonight's program. One word in Edish describes a rare condition that has manifested itself at regular intervals over the years. I do have some concerns that when Ed moves to Birmingham, he may have a recurrence of this condition, and they will not be as accepting as we are. I've done some research on this phenomenon, and I frankly think it's a gluten thing. So I've arranged with the Altar Guild to send a 90-day supply of gluten-free wafers with Ed to Alabama, which will hopefully delay the onset of Epiphany until folks get a little more used to him. Many of you know that Ed loves music. And his motto is, anything worth singing is worth singing loudly. Those of you who have been around All Saints for more than the past 10 minutes know that in the last couple of years, we did some major repair work on our valuable stained glass windows. The official reason is that over time, the lead surrounding the stained glass had deteriorated and needed to be replaced. In reality, over the last 21 years, every time the sound crew mistakenly left Ed's microphone on during the singing of a hymn, bits of the glass shattered. Besides singing loudly, Ed has also had substantial influence on the types of music we experience here at All Saints. We all know of his Southern Baptist roots, which have been reflected in chosen hymns. But there has been a much more subliminal influence that he has exercised over the choice of music. Some examples of his favorite hymns: Come Thou Long, Expect Ed Jesus. O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come. O sacred Ed, sore wounded, Lord of all hopefulness. Ah, holy Jesus, how hast thou offended Ed? God be in my Ed. And the ever-popular, O thou the Bacon of light in the darkness. We never had this issue with George Regas. Ed Bacon, I have truly treasured my collaboration with you over these years, and I will sorely miss you and hope. They say you can never go home, but I'm telling you, there will always be a home for you at All Saints. It's niche E21 in the All Saints Columbarium.
Gloria also stays here, Ed. We're keeping her too. I'd love to imagine her also in that wife carpool of yours coming into Birmingham. Just another couple of things to make sure you and Hope are prepared for your life in the South. As you know, Southerners are proud, bold people who sometimes misjudge their abilities. For example, you're likely to hear a Southerner exclaim, "Hey, y'all, watch this!" Stay out of that person's way. These are likely the last words he or she will ever say. And there are some things you will likely never hear in the South, like, "Duct tape won't fix that." Or, "I don't have a favorite college team. We don't keep firearms in this house." You can't feed that to the dog. And most unlikely, "Oh, we're vegetarians." And I don't know how you've done all that you've done while here at All Saints, where you find the energy. Where do you go each summer? Where do you go to rejuvenate, to get away from it all, to refresh? We wonder.
Sister Sagrario! Sister Sagrario! Come along, girls. Don't dawdle. Salve, 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 Reggie. Who could be texting me in the middle of Vespers? Ed Bacon. Who is this Ed Bacon? Where do I begin? How do you solve a problem like Ed Bacon? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Ed Bacon?
Wait, isn't he the one who comes here every year for a 10-day silent retreat?
Silent? You don't know Ed Bacon. I couldn't keep him silent for 10 minutes. He was always texting and twittering and blogging. But, you know, he did tell me that I was his favorite. And he said that one day I might get a call to come to All Saints Pasadena to become the Mother Superior in residence. So let's see what this says. Oh, he's retiring. I will follow him wherever he may go.
Sister, he's retiring to Alabama.
I guess it's time to say goodbye. Eddie, my love, we'll miss you more than words can say. Eddie, my love, please keep in touch while you're away. Hearing from you can make the day so much better. Getting a text from you or maybe a letter. I really flipped over the 8-habit sweater. Eddie, my love, Eddie, my love, Eddie, my love, Eddie, my love. Don't keep your sermons from me. I thrill to every line. Your syntax kinda crummy, but Eddie, so is mine. I treasure every story, a tack so full of glory. You say they're allegory, perfect for me every time. Oh, Eddie, we know you'll write another book one day. Because we know you have so much more you can say. Thinking about it, my heart's pounding much faster. I've worked with a lot of priests, but you are the master. Eddie, you'll always be my favorite pastor. Eddie, my love, Eddie, my love, Eddie, my love, Eddie, my love. Eddie, my love, Eddie, my love, Eddie, my love. Eddie, my love, Eddie, my love, Eddie, my love. Eddie, my love.
Alabama. Alabama. Ooh, Alabama.
You look troubled, Ed.
Moving to Alabama to retire, I don't know what to do.
We have what we seek. It's there all the time. If we give it time, it will reveal itself to us.
Thomas Merton!
An author in a Trappist monastery is like a duck in a chicken coop. And he would give anything to be a chicken instead of a duck. You might feel that way in Alabama. Or, since you're from the South, you may feel like both a chicken and a duck when you get there. Perhaps you're stronger than you think.
You know, you have always been my North Star. I'm one of your biggest fans.
Ooh, not a fan of fans.
Oh. Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Too soon?
Yeah, kind of.
Too soon.
The more you try to avoid suffering, the more you suffer. Maybe after you move, you should get a hobby, like collecting art.
Art?
Art enables us to find ourselves and lose ourselves at the same time.
I gotta tell you, I can't believe I'm talking to Ed Friedman.
Ed Bacon. You look like hell, man.
Oh. I'm retiring to Alabama, Rabbi.
Alabama's in Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah. You're going back to the South. Yeah, you're going back to the South.
Yeah.
And what about all your friends here in Pasadena?
Yeah, I'm conflicted, but my kids and my grandkids are there.
Oh, well, that's not such a mystery. I mean, your family of origin is always in you.
And also in you.
Thank you.
Western Union.
Western?
Ginagram for Ed Bacon.
Oh, I'm Ed Bacon. Thanks, Al.
Sign here.
Sign here. Ed Bacon.
Just play to your strengths, Ed. Here, let me take a look at that.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot swimming in that gene pool.
Oh, this explains a lot. Yeah, listen, Ed. Don't be anxious, all right? You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. They're going to be a lot closer to you now, huh?
The biggest human temptation is to settle for too little.
Huh.
Yes. Ooh.
Reverend Ed!
Oprah!
What? You okay?
Well, I'm just going through transitions in my life.
Differentiations, Ed. Family who are non-self-regulatory are trouble.
Breathe, let go, and remind yourself that this very moment is the only one you know you have for sure.
Oh, thanks. Oh, that's great advice.
My idea of heaven is a great big baked potato and someone to share it with. And you'll always have that with Hope.
Thank you, Ed. We do like sharing our potatoes.
Amen.
The biggest adventure you'll ever have in life is to just take the life of your own dreams, to live the life of your dreams.
Sometimes I feel like I just don't deserve it.
Oh, now, you see, that's why people love you, because of that humility. I mean, I also have my feet on the ground, too. It's just that I wear better shoes.
Yes, you do.
Be good, keep your feet dry, your eyes open, and your heart at peace.
Thank you, Tom.
Walk with dignity in those better, drier shoes.
In the final analysis, the individual person is responsible for living his own life and for finding himself.
Or herself.
Or herself.
Yes. Take responsibility for your own destiny.
Love is our true destiny.
Follow your instincts. That is where true wisdom manifests itself.
Be well.
Happiness is not a matter of intensity, but of balance, order, rhythm, and harmony.
Every day, draw in breath. You kick off your shoes and dance. I believe that every single event that happens is an opportunity to choose love over fear.
Over fear. I love that.
See,
Thank you.
That's the kind of wisdom you
That's
should be
lovely.
seeking here.
Easy.
Have that kind of understanding.
He's always had
very
it. We love
smart.
him. He's
Already
And also, being gay is a gift from God. That's mine. That's my quote. I came up with that.
Well, there was a rabbi back in the 15th century.
Never heard a preacher say that.
That's quite
no.
good.
It's
Yeah, that's
amazing.
quite. You can take that with you back to Alabama.
Yeah, you're going to be fine.
You're a lovely man, but you're not the first. I will say that.
You know, too much mentoring. Too much mentoring.
Okay. Take a deep breath.
Have a lively faith.
You are beloved.
Thanks, El.
Ed, you've made me proud. Hey, boy chick.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Certainly inspired me.
Thank you, O. If I can call you O.
You've kept me alive. You have everything you need. You've always been our North Star. You've always been our North Star, Ed.
There's no rector like our rector. There's no rector we know. Everything about him is appealing. Everything the vestry will allow. Everywhere he gives that happy feeling. And the feeling is just wow. There's no people like Ed's people. We smile when we are low. Even when the services have overflowed, we may be stranded out in the cold. Still we wouldn't trade him for a sack of gold. We love you, you know. There's no rector like our rector. There's no rector we know. Everything about him is appealing. Everything the vestry will allow. Everywhere you get a happy feeling. And the feeling is just wow. There's no rector like our rector. He's Ed Bacon, you know. 20 years among us and you praise the bar. We can't believe we've come this far. Birmingham is lucky to receive our star. We'll love you wherever we go. We'll love you wherever you go.
Okay.
Well, we've put 5 years on our lives, haven't we? Laughter really, neuroscientifically. It is proven that if you laugh for an hour and 20 minutes, it adds 5 minutes, 5 years to your life. I love All Saints because we love to laugh. We love to sing, we love to worship, we love to serve, we love to agitate, we love to speak truth to power, and we love to laugh. And we love to love one another. And there's a way that each of us can add another year to our life on top of the 5 years we've added. That is, we can go outside and there are cookies, there's champagne and attractive non-alcoholic alternative beverages.
Feels like another year already.
Oh, okay. And I'll sit down by saying, and we can hug one another.
Ed, hold on, we've got a presentation.
Oh.
And Hope, since the two of you arrived here, you have been the living examples of unity, constancy, and peace, and justice, and irresponsible, irrevocable, irrepressive inclusion, and spirituality, and hope, and above all else, love. And you have created millions of memories for all of us here and beyond.
And Ed and Hope, on behalf of all of us here at All Saints, we have a memory book for you. It has a lot of pictures in the past. And it says, celebrating your journey of faith, 1995 to 2016, Ed and Hope's memory book. We present it to you.
And in the language of your people, this here is for y'all from all y'all. Now let them eat cake.
Let them eat cake and let's hug one another outside. Thank you, Transition Committee. Thank you, you thespians and comedians.